Hello, welcome to another installment of Business English Conversations. Today I want to talk to you about procrastination, the age-old problem which we all encounter at some point in time, and some ideas on what maybe we can do about that. First off, let's talk about what is procrastination. Well, it's really putting off doing something out of carelessness or laziness, just being lazy. Basically, it's postponing or delaying something needlessly. Could also be defined as avoiding negative emotions or delaying stressful tasks. And sometimes it's just anxiety, or in my definition, it's just not doing something that you that you should be doing because you don't like it or you don't want to do it. Doesn't mean it's not important. In fact, it probably is very important. So what are some of the issues criteria that go with this procrastination stuff? Well, it's very counterproductive. Extremely counterproductive, because when you procrastinate, and I am a procrastinator, there's a lot of things in my jobs I've had all my life that I just didn't like doing. So I would set them aside and deal with them later because I just didn't want to deal with them. That's very counterproductive because you end up spending more time dealing with those issues after the fact than if you dealt with them right at the time that you should be. It's needlessly pushing things aside. It's delaying things. All right? The psychiatrist, psychologist will tell you there's a couple different kinds of procrastinators. There's deliberate procrastination, and the best way I think I can explain that would be to say I don't need to do it today because it's not due until tomorrow. So I don't need to do anything today. I don't have to finish that report right now because it's not due until 5 o'clock tomorrow. So I'll just procrastinate. I'll push it aside and not deal with it. Okay? That's very common. And then there's I guess what you'd call productive procrastination. And that's because you're just so busy doing the mundane task of your job, you don't have time to get around to the priorities. So you procrastinate. You push the priorities off. An example, the salesperson who knows that they need to be making some cold calls to get some sales, but they've got a lot of paperwork to do and reports and other filing and things like that, so they just push those cold calls aside. Well, now I would say that also for a lot of us, and I know I'm one, I never liked cold calls. So I would push them aside because I just didn't like them. I would make myself busy with the mundane. But that's very non-productive because you're not working on your priorities. In the case of the salesperson, the priorities get out there and sell something. Okay? So why do people procrastinate? Well, the psychologist would tell you that it's fear. Fear of failure. Fear of success. Fear of failure, let's go back to the cold calls. Fear of failure that nobody will want to see me. I won't be able to get out and make any sales. Fear of not accomplishing my task. The other one, fear of success, would be fear that I will succeed in whatever it is I'm procrastinating about. And if I do succeed, what am I going to do then? What have I got left to do? I've accomplished my goal. So that's a possibility. And the third one, and this is my idea, is you just don't like the task. I just don't like doing that stuff. I don't like paperwork. And so I procrastinate. I push it aside. And guess what? Before you know it, I got this big stack of paper sitting all over my desk. And what do? I waste 2 or 3 hours of my day, eventually, filing it all, or trashing it all, or reading it, or whatever it is that needs to be done. So that's another reason. What's the result of excessive procrastination? Well, the result is that that you're reducing your productivity by pushing things aside. You're probably increasing your stress level a fair amount by procrastinating. And sometimes by procrastinating, you build up this sense of guilt within yourself. You're guilty, feel guilty because I'm not doing what I know I should be doing. That goes back to the fear of success, maybe, or failure. I'm not doing what I should be doing, so I feel kind of guilty about that. And another bad result is if you procrastinate the wrong things, all of a sudden a crisis builds up and you have no choice but to address the issue. And then you're in a reactive mode instead of a proactive mode. That's not good. That's not good. So what do we do about this thing? Because the scientists tell us that 95% of the people in the world are procrastinators at some point in time. And I'll say again, I certainly am. I have to fight that problem all the time. And in my case, 99% of it is I just don't like the task. So what do? Well, in your business life, particularly, and your personal life, the first thing that I think you should do is do what you really want to do. And that goes back to the job that you have, the situation that you're in. Find that niche, find that thing that you really want to do, and then do it. Do what you really want to do. Don't do what you don't want to do. If at all possible, delegate. Delegate those things that you don't like to do or that are stressful or that you're procrastinating about because you're not comfortable doing them. Find someone who is comfortable doing it. Find someone who does it better than you do. Look for someone who has the skills that maybe you don't feel like you have and delegate that task, assignment, whatever it is. Once again, another item, and you'll hear me say this a lot about everything we talk about, create a plan. Create a plan for your work schedule, for your task. Create a plan and stick to it. If you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday scheduled out with certain things, make sure and do those things. Don't push Mondays off to Tuesday or Mondays off to Wednesday. Do it. Make a realistic plan and stick to it. All right? Break the plan into meaningful steps and then work your plan. Work your plan. Again, remember what I've said earlier. A plan that's not written down is just a dream. So write it down and stick to it. Make sure that you set some deadlines for everything and give yourself ample opportunity to meet those deadlines. If it's due on Wednesday, get it done on Monday, just in case you have to make some adjustments. Or you want to run it by somebody else to see if it looks good before you complete the task, turn in the assignment, do whatever it is you have to do. finally, create a nice environment, a nice and functional environment in your workplace. And this is whether you work at home, you work in an office, you work out of your car, I don't care where you work out of. Make it beautiful. Make it functional. Don't have stacks of paper all over the place, because that just isn't fun to go to every day. So make your environment that you're working in something that's comfortable, something that looks nice, something you're proud of, and something that's functional. So that's my thoughts on the subject of procrastination. I hope they've been of some value to you. If you have some other thoughts about it, want to chat about it, send me a note. George@businessenglishconversations.com. I'd be glad to talk with you about it. So until next time, it's George Hoge saying bye.